Hey Warrior, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do a grocery store haul with you. So most of you know I live in New York City, but over the time of COVID I have been staying with my family on Long Island and I haven't been in my New York City apartment, but I just got back earlier this week and I'm so happy to be back. But when I got here I obviously had no groceries except for the few things that I stored in the freezer because I think ahead so that I would have and survive when I got back. But I do a lot of my grocery shopping on Fresh Direct. I do a little bit of shopping at my local grocery store, which is literally across the street, which is great, but I can only carry so many things. So I like to use Fresh Direct for the bulk meats that I buy or the bulk frozen stuff that I buy, the seltzer because it's very heavy, and anything else that's heavy. So I just got a Fresh Direct delivery. I also just went grocery shopping, so I thought, it's perfect time to do a grocery store haul. That's not what I meant to say. It's the perfect time to do a grocery store haul. Absolutely. So that's what I'm about to do. And I'm just going to take you through and show you what I got. And I'll also give you a few tips on how I incorporate this into my binge eating recovery, like my own mindset, and how that has shifted for me, and how even though we all know that binge eating recovery, emotional eating recovery is not about the food, there are things that you can do about nourishing your body so that you are not looking for extra food because you haven't eaten all day. So I do things to make it easier for me so that I can stay on top of eating the foods that primarily and first and foremost make me feel my absolute best. That is always my goal. And then of course I love my cake, cookies, ice cream, and especially cheesecake indulgences as well. So I'm not even going to get into it. So let's go into, so if that is something you want to watch, then here we go. Okay, so this is what I have. I'm just kind of spread it all out on my very limited countertop and stove so that it would just be easy to see. And I separated everything by department, so it's just easy to explain to you. And I'll just take you through what I usually get. I got a few new things today, so I'm very excited to try them. All right, first things first, we obviously have to start with the most important stuff, the coffee. I just like French vanilla coffee. It's delicious. It's just a hint of flavor. It's medium roast. I have a French press, which is hiding back here, so I use my coffee for my French press, which I love. It's the perfect size for me, one person. The other thing I got this time is I'm obsessed with pamplemousse liqueur. So I got actually 2 of these. It was a special of 24 cans. I normally, you'll see what I do with this. I make a really good kombucha mix with my seltzer, which is really good. I'll show you that in my full day of eating video, so you'll definitely want to check that out. So this is a new thing that I got. This light coconut milk. Honestly, I didn't realize it was light. I don't intentionally buy light stuff like that, but I love using coconut milk in sweet potatoes, so I'm really excited to try that. My sweet potatoes are right here. So I also got some peanut butter, and I strategically get this particular type, not this brand necessarily, but I get organic, I get crunchy, and this is the main thing, the ingredients: organic peanuts and sea salt. And yes, of course it contains peanuts. Thank you for putting that warning label on. But I get organic. I eat a lot of peanut butter. I put it on English muffins and bread in the morning sometimes. So I go through one of these in probably 2 weeks. Just a little aside, peanut butter used to be one of my major trigger foods. I only bought peanut butter if I was going to binge, and because of that I would go through an entire jar in a day and a half max. How did I get to a good place with peanut butter where it's no longer a trigger food for me and I can have it and not want to eat it by the tablespoon? This is something that I talk about in a lot of my videos in overcoming overeating, binge eating, especially with foods that trigger us. So you can check on the multitude of videos on my YouTube channel addressing this. And this is also what I do for a living. I coach people through working through depression, anxiety, and overeating issues. So I personally went through all 3 of those, and I know that a lot of people struggle with it, so I just wanted to mention it here. All right, coming back to the groceries. I get this broccoli slaw. Look, this is not from Fresh Direct. This is something my grocery store has, but I love it so, so much because I eat a lot of broccoli, and you don't always want it to be just in stalks. So I actually saute this with garlic and oil, and it comes out so good. It gets like a little bit caramelized because of the onion. I will definitely showcase this in my full day of eating. Then I get tons and tons of spinach. I either get it frozen or fresh, doesn't matter to me. I like them both because I use them mostly for not salads, but I put them in my eggs and I put them in stir fries. When I make smoothies, I'll also add a handful, so it's great. You can use fresh or frozen. This frozen just wasn't available, so I got fresh. Showed you my potatoes of the sweet variety. They're in plastic. I need to actually take them out because keeping them in plastic is not going to be good for them for too long. All right, we're on to dairy. So these are my delicious eggs. I eat so many eggs every week. I eat at least 2 eggs a day. So I got 2 cartons, and then I actually have a 3rd carton in my refrigerator already. So yeah, that's how many eggs I go through. And I do eat the whole egg. I do not eat proper dairy like milk because it makes my skin break out, and it also definitely makes me gassy. Sorry for the TMI, but you gotta listen to your body. So I use almond milk, and this is not any reason that this is low calorie or anything, but I get the 30 grams unsweetened vanilla because honestly it tastes the best. Tastes the best out of all of them. Creamy, just a hint of almond flavor, and like a little bit of vanilla. I would get the original as well, but who doesn't want a little vanilla in their coffee? I already French vanilla plus, yes, you know what I'm saying. So I go through a ton of this because I love my coffee, obviously. I bought 3 bags of this coffee. All right, what else is hiding back here? This is the first time I've actually bought this brand of kombucha. The first time I've tried this brand, I honestly got this because it's a ginormous bottle. It is a solid 40 ounces. So it's the flavor of pineapple peach, and it's really good. I will combine my kombucha, just like maybe a 1/4 cup of this, with a little bit of La Croix, and then I add apple cider vinegar to that, and that's my morning digestion drink. I bought a humongous pineapple, cut it up, doesn't even fit in here, so I have to eat this until I can close this cover, so I might as well just like help this process along. Okay, a spaghetti squash that I spent too much money on, and it's not even any bigger than the size of my hand, so note to self, don't buy any more of those spaghetti squashes on Fresh Direct. All right, we're getting to the meats. I buy meat in bulk. I buy it in bulk, I get it organic. This is not actually, but this is all natural, non-GMO. I know it's not organic proper, but I do my best to buy organic meats. I bought 2 of these babies because I will make a lot of this in the crock pot. So I just want to make sure that I have plenty of it, and I freeze half as well. Just a keynote for that. This is, I love some lox, but it's hard to get lox, especially online, so I do settle for smoked salmon. I put this on my toast in the morning and have it with my eggs. Oh my gosh, it's so good. And I do go out of my way to buy wild Alaskan salmon because omega-3s, because mercury, because. Oh, hello garlic, what are you doing here in the meat section? Yes, I do buy pre-peeled garlic, whoops, as it falls out of the container. Don't die, I don't want to lose my garlics. I buy pre-peeled garlic because it just makes my life easier, and anything that is a barrier to cooking is going to get in my way, so no shame in that game. All right, and then I buy tons of lean ground turkey. I just buy 93% lean, it tastes the best to me, and I buy a ton of these as well because I will make a bunch at once, freeze half, put half in the fridge, and then I have lots of choices to choose from. So that's what I do with the chicken as well. Moving on, look at this, look at all these avocados. Avocados, because who doesn't love avocado toast in the morning? I have it almost every morning. My breakfasts are so high in omega-3 fats that I love them so much. It's so good. This is something that I have not tried yet, but I'm very excited to. So it's actually soup, and the ingredients are super basic: spinach, green peas, broccoli, and coconut cream. But my intention was, all right, why am I gonna have soup in the summer? But to be honest, I'm gonna make this into a smoothie, and it's already cold because I've been keeping it in the fridge. So I'm actually really excited to either make like a gazpacho with this or just blend it up in a smoothie. I think that'll be really, really good. All right, last but not least, this is my freezer. This is representing my freezer section. So this Ezekiel bread is delicious. I buy the cinnamon raisin English muffins. Why? Because they taste like scones. They're so dense. They're so fluffy and bready. So I will sometimes have this as like a mid-afternoon snack with coconut oil on it. I toast it up. Oh my god, it's just enough. It's not even sweet, but it's so dense and delicious. I love them. I can't get enough. I buy a ton of frozen berries because I will just pop this in the microwave for like 10 seconds, and then you have an instant variety of berries. I know berries are cheaper during the summer, but this is just what I do. This is my habit. So this one has blackberries, raspberries, and blueberries in it. I can throw it in a smoothie. I can do a million things with it, and they never go bad. So I don't have to worry about that. Nothing added. I buy a ton of frozen vegetables, but that's obviously been a problem. They've been out of a lot of my frozen vegetables. So I'll buy cauliflower florets, I'll buy broccoli florets, and I will just stock up on bags and bags of this because I make a lot of vegetables. I will probably go through like 4 bags of this a week. This, you know, in the variety. And then last but not least, this is also something that's new. I am obsessed with coconut oil, coconut milk, coconut anything. So I bought these coconut puree packs. It's 100% young coconut. This coconut is actually amazing for fats as well as electrolytes. So if you drink coconut water, you are up on that. But I just love the flavor of it. Obviously the ingredients, young green coconut, contains coconut, FYI, just in case you didn't know. And then you can do a million things with it. Look, you can put it in a blender, put it in a smoothie. You can like put it in a little bowl and just plain old eat it. You can bake it, put it in a muffin, mix it up, put it in a little mason jar. So many options. So yeah, I just thought I could add this to some of my drinks to keep it refreshing. Love it. I'm really excited. So they're individual 4 packs. I'm excited to try this. All right, that is the haul. That is everything that we got going on. I'm gonna put this away and show you guys how I organize my fridge as well. So stay tuned for that video for all of you guys that like to organize. So that is my haul. That is my Fresh Direct grocery store haul. I mean, it's not that impressive. I live alone, so I don't need to buy a ton of stuff, but I like what I like, and I will buy it in bulk. So that's my first tip. I will buy what I love that I know that I'm going to eat a lot of so that I don't run out of it. For me, having it in the fridge allows me to continue to stay on. I get hungry now about every 3 or 4 hours, or I eat on purpose about every 3 or 4 hours. Believe me, when I first started my recovery, I was not hungry every 3 or 4 hours. My hunger hormones were completely thrown off because of the binging and the restricting. And I had to force myself to get on track so that my body would start to regulate back into that realm. And no diets or anything, but I just wanted to keep my blood sugar balanced. There were no spikes or crashes, which can also lead to binge cravings as well as anxiety and other things like that. So I like to have the foods that I like stored in my fridge, have it in my refrigerator. That's the first thing. So the things that I buy for probably 2 or 3 people minimum. Second, I'm going to do another video where I show you how I bulk cook things, but since I bulk buy things, I also bulk cook them. And I don't like to waste food. That's not a thing that I do, but I will strategically make enough so that I can split it. I put half in my fridge and I put the other half in the freezer. So I will go in and eat a few different proteins that I've made for the week. So I have some variety because I don't want to eat the same food over and over either. No, everyone gets tired of that. We need variety. But I will store it so that when in the future I want to have that again, it's already in my freezer ready to be defrosted. Makes life super easy. I tend to be a creature of habit, so there are certain recipes that I will make every single week. I will make sauteed ground turkey every single week. I will make some kind of chicken breast every single week. I buy different types of pre-made simmering sauces or marinades that have very basic ingredients in them. Pretty much all whole food ingredients with nothing intense, not high in sodium, just makes it convenient. Like, I'm not gonna puree all of these things to make a marinade. So if I can make it so that it just makes it easy for me, just like pre-chopped vegetables and pre-peeled garlic, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that for myself because I deserve it. So that is my second tip. My third tip is, you notice that I have bought foods that used to be trigger foods for me. So how did I get there? It was a process. It wasn't something I did just right off in the beginning, like buy trigger foods, but I did have to learn to acclimate to them. And now that my trigger foods are not special anymore, they are not like sparkly, I took them off their pedestal. It's something that I have created habituation with, which means I eat them whenever I want to eat them, so there's not this taboo or forbiddenness around them anymore. So it really was a mindset shift, but it did take me some time to get there. So was peanut butter something I used to buy and binge on even in recovery? Yes. It was something that I learned to work with, and now it just feels like any old regular food. Like peanut butter and broccoli kind of feel the same. I know that's so weird to say, and it's weird that it's even coming out of my mouth. I would have never thought I would say something like that years ago. But I still enjoy them. I love broccoli. I love peanut butter. I also love blueberries. I also love cheesecake. There's ice cream in my freezer, and that used to not be able to exist there either. So I'm telling you, warrior, it's possible for you to get to that place that you so desperately want to get to. And that's okay, because the best things in life we do need to work for. And when we get them and we arrive there, we become the person that we've always dreamed of being. So it's really powerful in that way. I'm gonna just encourage you to download my 15-page free guide, and I also have a 20-minute video where I am breaking a lot of myths and maybe saying some things you don't want to hear about what binge eating and overeating recovery include. Some of these things are hard to swallow. I get that. I'm being sensitive, but I also just want to be real with you and let you know how it is. It just breaks my heart when I see people making the same mistakes over and over again, where they're continuing to do this dieting and binging pattern, where they're continuing to just struggle with weight loss and force themselves to try and restrict and lose weight, but the binge cycle continues and they never really escape from it. They're always a prisoner to it. And my goal is, first and foremost, for you to become free from food and free from this coping mechanism that is binge and overeating. So that's a free download. There's a link to it right below the video. Maybe I'll even link to it over here if I can figure out how to do that. And yeah, it's completely free and it's yours. So take advantage of it. Okay, warrior, so that is the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed my Fresh Direct haul. I'm gonna go put this stuff away and organize my fridge and freezer and cabinets. And if that's something you're interested in seeing, let me know in the comments and I will make sure to make that a video for you guys. All right, warrior, do not forget, and I end all my videos this way. Who are you, warrior? I'm strong, I'm powerful, I'm a warrior, and I'm ready for what's next. Yes, you are. Go get it. Bye, guys.